Life's party, life's always a party. Let's go.
Yo, baby, what's going on? How we doing?
What are you a DJ? DJ Paulie J?
Yeah, I mean, I've been switching. If you're on YouTube, I've been switching this new move. Before, like when we were doing the show, I would have my hands up,
Raising the roof.
Now I'm just like giving a little swirl with my hand, like a DJ, and it's the new dance craze.
You know what I was thinking? I was like, people consider Disney World the happiest place on earth, but I think it's this.
This place?
This is the happiest place on earth.
This basement.
This basement.
Where we're recording.
2 inches of square foot is the happiest place on earth.
It's happy. When we start, I just feel happy. I was listening to last week's show, and I just listened to the first couple minutes.
Yeah.
Like yesterday or today or whatever. And I was like, damn, it feels good. It's like,
Dude, it's positive vibes all the time.
Welcome to the party. Positive vibes. We're going to start the show off positively with some new alcohol.
Look at this reveal. If you're on YouTube, it's a little slippery, but there it is. Paul, you scooped these up, didn't you?
So I was in a liquor store over the weekend, and
I was too.
Yeah, there we go. Of course, we were in the liquor store. And I was in Manayunk. I was visiting my sister Laura in Manayunk.
Shout out.
Yeah, Laura. Maybe you listen to the show, Laura.
Just give her exact address.
Okay, yeah. Let's all go to her house.
Party there.
We were in this liquor store, and it had so many seltzers, like a ridiculous amount of seltzers. Everyone's coming out with their new stuff. Like Bud Light's coming out with new stuff.
Yeah.
Natty Light is coming out with their seltzers. We had the White Claw came out with White Claw Surge.
They don't want to miss out on the seltzer game.
Yeah.
Especially you're big on this in that seltzers usually drop right before summertime.
Yeah, because that's when you're drinking them.
Could you imagine a liquor store that just had seltzers? Do you think they would profit and make good money?
Absolutely, yeah.
Really? I don't know.
Well, there's liquor. So in North Jersey, or I know South. If you go south in different states, if you're from a different state like New Jersey, other than New Jersey, let us know what your stores do. But I remember going to Walmart in Virginia, and they sell beer.
Oh yeah. Well, when I went to school in South Carolina, go to the gas station, you get a pack of beer, and you're good to go.
I know you could buy like Jimmy Kimmel was talking about something where you could buy beer in CVS. And that blows my mind. I'm like, what? In New Jersey, we can't do that. We have our liquor stores, which have our beer and liquor. But I know a lot of other places you can sell beer in normal stores, and then you have liquor stores, which are just.
I think we're honestly one of the last states that you have to go to a liquor store to get alcohol. Other places, like you said, you just go into Walmart. Yeah. You get your bananas, your grapes, and then you get your Bud Light on the other side.
And that blows my mind here in New Jersey. But seltzer-wise,
but when you're checking out in the grocery store, instead of getting Reese cups or Reese Pieces or Twizzlers, you just grab a Four Loko to go.
That's what you do. You grab the Four Loko. But I saw these. I'm a big root beer fan, and these are the Stewart root beer spiked seltzers. So I saw these. I was like, oh, I got to get these. I love soda. I love root beer. Have you ever had Mike's Hard?
What was the?
Not Mike's Hard. What am I talking about?
The Mama's root beer? Is that what it was?
Not your father's root beer. Your mama's root beer?
No, I'm talking about your mama's root beer.
Your mama. Her root beer. How's she doing out there?
Not the father's root beer. The mama's root beer. Is that a thing?
Yeah. No, not your father's. Not your father's root beer.
Why is it called not your father's root beer?
It's just not your father's. You know what I'm saying?
What if I want my father's root beer? And give a guess on why you guess it's called not your father's root beer.
Just not your it would be not your average root beer.
I set you up for failure on that.
It's not your average root beer.
Oh,
it's spiked.
I got you. That's a good. There you go.
Who's that? Oh, Henry's Hard. So that's what I was thinking of. Henry's Hard soda.
Oh, kids show, dude.
What? No, you're annoying.
All right, Henry's Hard root beer.
No, Henry's Hard soda. They do the alcoholic root beer and orange soda, stuff like that. So This is Stewart's. We're going to give this a taste.
We're going to start doing this on the show more often. I know Paul mentioned prior to this show that who came out with White Claws came out with the
White Claw Surge.
What's White Claw Surge?
They're the higher alcohol percentage.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the lemonade joints.
Truly came out with new lemonades.
No, the lemonade, it has different.
Oh, White Claw came out with iced teas.
Yeah, iced teas. That's what I got. The White Claws came out with iced teas, and we're gonna hopefully do that to start the show next week. But this is Stewart's root beer. Everybody used to love this root beer because when you're a kid and you're out to eat, you only get this because you get that bottle, the beer bottle, and it looks like you're pounding some beers while eating your chicken fingers.
But here's the thing, though. I remember when I went out to eat, my mom would always be mad that I got the root beer because the root beer, if it came in a bottle, it wasn't free refills. So instead of a soda being like $1.50 or $2 at a restaurant, you'd pay $2.50 a bottle of root beer, and I'd be having like 3 at dinner.
But it's worth it. It looks like you're one of the boys.
Yeah, exactly. So here, cheers.
Cheers. Here we go.
We'll see how this
we gotta
tastes.
do a score, right? Like 1 through 10. No rookie scores. We'll give it to it. I have a slurping problem. Ooh.
Automatically, I don't think it's the best reaction.
I have a slurping problem.
So, Ryan, I'm not going to lie. I had these over the weekend.
Then why? It looked like it was your first time trying it.
It wasn't, but
I'm not a root beer guy.
I didn't have the best reaction over the weekend. So I didn't tell you what I thought about them prior. And I was like, let him go in cold, like what he thinks about it. So what's your overall first reaction of this root beer seltzer?
I'm not a root beer guy, but I do like root beer floats. So like the whole invention of the root beer float, I'll do that because I'm a big ice cream guy. But I also venture off to like Dr. Pepper is my favorite soda. But then you get a Dr. Pepper float, and that's money. So I thank root beer for inventing. I don't know if they invented it, but I think they invented the root beer float.
There's like the Coke floats and stuff too.
Yeah, so those are good. So right off the bat, it doesn't have a strong root beer taste. The seltzer, I don't really love it. It's really hard to explain what I like. It's very bland.
Yeah,
it almost tastes like a bad Tootsie Roll.
Yeah. Okay.
Like a bad. I don't even know if there is such thing as a bad Tootsie Roll.
The way, yeah.
Does it not taste like a Tootsie Roll?
I agree. So the way I explain it is the problem is like from a seltzer perspective, I think, or like soda in general. So when you get soda, it's got like a carbonated taste to it. And like the bubbles and stuff, and like you're not getting that, like you're not getting it, and I think that hurts the flavor.
So
and
like
the taste
a flat root beer.
Yeah, like it's flat.
I get that vibe.
So it's like flat, and it's got a weird aftertaste.
But you wouldn't expect a flat root beer taste coming from a seltzer because seltzers are usually bubbly. So it's just weird texture. I'm not a fan. Safe to say I will not be purchasing this. So hopefully Stewart's root beer doesn't plan on sponsoring us soon. Okay. So sorry, cross it off the list. Bud Light's still on number 1. Well, we got a couple. Manscaped. See, now I'm gonna get in trouble.
all of our sponsors.
Now I gotta plug them all in.
But let us know what you guys think. Let us know if there's any like alcohols or things you want us to try on the show. We'll do some quick little reviews. I think it's a cool way to start the show. And let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
First segment. What
Happiest place on earth. Life's a party. This what's going on right here. If you're not here right now enjoying this party, you're not happy. Damn. It's impossible to be happy if you're not here listening to us. If you're not plugged in your ears and you're not hearing my beautiful voice.
Let's start the show. Come on. Your voice is great, but...
All right, so we're starting the show with the best places to drink / party. So for the summer's coming up, some of us are getting a little more free time, especially the college kids. You guys spend all year working on schoolwork, etc. Or even us when we need our alone time or go out on the weekends. Where are places that we can take our time and have a good time drinking? So we have a list of 10 places. We're going to talk about each one. We've drank in almost every single one of them. We each have a story about it. Goods, the bads. If you listen to the last episode, you heard a little bit more bads than goods.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get some more goods than bads this week.
Okay.
So what's the first one, Paul?
First one is definitely one of my favorite places to drink. This is for the boys. This is out on the golf course. I think drinking while you're playing golf, especially, if you're with good friends, if you're with people who like to golf, who are good at it, who are even bad at it, then you throw a drink in their hand and you have a good time. So golfing while drinking, great time.
I can't remember the last time I golfed without drinking. So I don't know if that's like I need to go to an AA meeting or if that's just normal nowadays, but I think it's more normal than not to go golf and not drink.
I think the casual golfer who isn't in it for the long haul or trying to get better every day, who's just trying to go out, drink with their best friends, their buddies, and get hammered. That's, you're going, when you go out to golf, you're going to drink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I'm just going to golf. It's like you plan out both.
Well,
you know
the
what
sport
I mean?
is so frustrating. At times, it's just like, you got to realize you're going to suck. Like, I try to tell myself, like, golf is a hard game. And no matter how good you are, you turn on the golf channel, you see Rory McIlroy just won a tournament last week. I think he won Wells Fargo. He won.
Yeah.
But then I turn it on and I'll see him 3 weeks from now. Rory's hitting it in the water 3 times in a row from the same hole. So these guys professionally play golf and they suck. So the best thing to do is to bring a case of beer with the boys, relax. You're not going to hit good shots. Have a good time. One of a good threshold to do when drinking golfing is a beer every 3 holes.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this off the show the other day, is that if you bring a 6-pack to a golf outing with the boys, it's perfect.
Yeah, if you bring a 6, I mean, we golfed like 2 weeks ago. We went down in PA. We were in Downingtown, and I brought beer for Ryan and myself. And we were drinking here the other night.
Couldn't supply my own.
Yeah.
I'm not 21, so.
But
Pulls the plug.
I brought a cooler, and I think if that's a good way to pace yourself. If you're like, oh, I'm trying to golf, but I'm also trying to drink, right? What's like the good thing to do? It's like 1 every 3 holes. So by the time you get to that 4th hole, that tee box, it's like, all right, you better chug the rest of your drink, and get ready to crack another one. And that new beer or that new seltzer or whatever you're drinking should be cracked at the tee box. If not, definitely by when you're on the green.
It keeps you rolling. And one thing I've been trying to incorporate.
Keeps you rolling.
One thing I'm trying to incorporate now that I go golfing, I'll get airplane shots for everybody. At the halfway point, we'll get ready to tee off. I'm like, hold your horses, everybody. Bang, fireball airplane shots. We're all taking it. This way we're all on the same page. We all had the same amount of beer. And have a good time. Golf course, one of the best places to drink at.
So you were talking like... you said you don't know the last time you went golfing and you didn't drink?
Yeah.
So I golf all the time. I'm golfing a lot, and usually, if I go out early in the morning, I'm not drinking. So I have a story real quick. So our buddy Andrew, I'm gonna shout out Andrew. Okay. When he golfs and we go out in a foursome, he loves to compete. Like he's like, we're going out in a foursome. He's usually like, all right, you two, we'll play us two. We'll do like a best.
Throw some money.
Yeah,
and money's on the line. It's very serious with Andrew.
Always, right? So what does he do? Where he would the last like 3 times I've gone out golfing with him where we've competed, I would go out like 8:30 in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. And he'll ice me. He's got a big ice. It's like the big ones, like 2 times the size of a normal ice. He'll put it in my golf bag, slip it in there somehow.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah. I pull out my driver, and it's like, all right, buddy, you're teeing off. You better get down on your knee. Like,
that's a good strategy. I knew my friends were like another level of psycho when I had at 8 o'clock tea time in the morning. And the one guy's rolling a blunt. The one guy's ordering double fisted Michelobs. It's 8 in the morning. I mean, I got eye boogies in my eye. I'm not ready for whatever you guys are ready to offer me.
So that's a cool thing with a golf course. You can, it doesn't matter what time of day.
No.
It allows you to drink and have a good time, whatever time.
Last day on the golf course, I saw a TikTok where this guy, you know how it says like at the end of like a movie, it'll show like the credits, and it'll be like, oh, blah blah blah, graduated in 2 years and went on to become a doctor.
The cheesy end credits of the movie, yeah.
So this guy calls his wife and he's on hole 13. He's like, yeah, honey. Or he's on hole 17. He calls him, hey, honey, yeah, I'm on hole 13. It's going to take a while. I mean, we're not going to get done another 3 hours. But in reality, he was teeing off for 18. But he just wanted more time to go out with the boys and go to the bar.
He's like secured another 2 hours at the bar.
So golf course, man. We'll get out there soon again. I think I might go this weekend. So.
Next place we got
is the beach.
That's a classic. You're out in the sun all day. You got no clothes on.
We're not going to a nude beach here.
You're just lounging around. You grab some brews.
I don't know what beach you're going to, but the beach I go to, they have clothes on.
Okay, yeah.
Well, for the most part. But here's the thing about beaches is that they're getting really strict about like bringing certain alcoholic beverages on. I went on vacation. I don't know. I think it might have been Myrtle Beach, and they weren't allowing open containers on the beach. Yeah, it's like sitting in my cup holder. Like, who am I affecting? Why can't I just have a beer on the beach on vacation?
Yeah, most beaches, I know in New Jersey too, you can't have like an open container of alcohol on the beach. So that's all of that means is literally just go out, buy some Red Solo cups, and then when you're ready to drink, just pour it in the Red Solo cup, put your can back in the cooler, and you're good to go.
But yeah, the beach is tough too because the sun's beaming on you.
Yeah.
So you get drunk a lot faster than what you anticipate.
Yeah. The sun's hitting you a lot more. You're dehydrated and that kind of thing.
Don't you get burnt more because like the alcohol attracts the sun more? I think that's a fact.
There's no way that's true.
I think that is a true fact. I think that when you drink alcohol, the sun is more attracted to alcohol. Thus you get more sunburn. I might be onto something on that. I think it's actually true.
All right, bold statement from Ryan.
No, it's a true statement.
But yeah, I think
the beach, good place.
Yeah, good beach.
Good beach.
Good
Naked
place.
beach, good beach.
Good place to drink.
Alcoholic beach.
The
Just
beach.
go there, bring a case of beer.
Next one. one of my probably my favorite place to drink. I didn't even know this was on the list. I'm glad it's on the list. Go get smacked up at the bowling alley. You will have a blast.
The bowling alley is the best.
It's one of the best places to drink. And I don't know why, whether you're good at bowling, you're bad at bowling, if you're with a good group of people and it's like cheap beer night, it's like maybe
that's when you got to go. You got to go when it's like $5 a person a lane. And then they get like the pitchers of beer, like
a $5 pitcher.
$5.
Yeah,
and that's a steal. You go there with your friends. You go play bowling. But the problem is, once you start getting smacked up, you got to put the bumpers up. Because then if you don't put the bumpers up, it's going to be gutter balls all day. So you got to make sure that you get the gutter. Didn't I spill a picture of beer last time we went?
I'm not sure.
I think I definitely did.
I just know one of the best stories I've ever had is I showed up late to bowling because I was like at something and they're like, yo, you know, it's dollar night or whatever. It's going to be cheap. Just meet us. And I said, okay, cool. Because they'll, you know, it's like, we'll be here all night. We'll be here for like 4 hours. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I showed up. Yeah. We showed up and, you know, they had 2 lanes and they were both full, like both full people. So I was like, whatever. But like, I didn't have to buy a lane. I could just buy me and I could literally bowl in my own lane. So I was like, fine. So I got the lane next to them and there was an open lane. So I'm like, okay, so it was like 6 people in one lane, 6 people in another, and it's just me bowling. And I'm with everybody. And I started getting pitcher and pitcher and pitcher. And the guys are like, dude, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just getting smacked up, man. Like, this is what we're doing tonight. I'm out bowling by myself right now. Everyone was watching me because I'm just drinking, bowling by myself. Everyone was telling me, they're like, oh, like, go between the legs, turn around, like, do whatever. So I was like chucking balls down the aisle. But bowling drunk, man, it's one of the best times you'll ever have.
It can become a big scene. I mean, like, once you get smacked up and spend a couple hours bowling, you start seeing a lot of pins. You start bowling in the wrong lane. You start spilling shit. Like, it just starts hitting the haywire. I saw Paul humping the ball return thing. He went and he just started humping. It was my turn. I was like, excuse me, can you get out of the way so I can focus on my turn? But, you know, Paul was getting after it.
That's a true statement. I'm not going to deny that one. Next one we got. What do we have?
Yeah, let's get off the bowling alley humping. All right, so we talk about this pretty often on the show, is that sporting events or concerts. So we won't last long on this topic, but they are truly a great place to drink alcohol, though it can get expensive if you don't do it the right way.
Dude, it's so... I mean, we talked about it last week on the show, so we did a whole segment. Check that out about tailgating, sporting events, and that kind of thing. But yeah, dude, I mean, I was at the Prudential Center the other day I was watching the New Jersey Devils play, and it's like a tall boy of alcohol, but it was like $12.
Yeah, 12. It's like 12 something. If you think about it, you get 2 tall boys of Bud Light. That's what, $24?
Yeah.
That's almost a 30 pack of Bud Light.
$2 more, you can get 30 at the liquor store.
Like, that's just insane to me.
So that's the only problem, and that's why we recommended tailgating.
And that's the beers. It's not even like the vodka drinks. Those go for like $24 at a Citizens Bank. And what they really rip you off is when the people come around at like the Phillies games or like concerts and they got the margaritas in like the tubes.
Okay.
Those are the biggest ripoff. So do not fall for them, because what happens is the guys walking around and they got ice in them and they get watered down. So then you're paying top-notch money for these margarita like slushies and you're getting like no alcohol out of it. So you're not getting your money's worth.
Yeah, that's stupid.
All right, so there you go. It's a nice little hint from me.
There you go. Next one we got, vacation. Obviously, no matter where you go, once you turn 21, you're legal and you're out, whether with your friends, with your parents, go get smacked up on vacation. You earned it. You deserve it.
Your family's like one of the best people to get, like one of the best groups to get drunk with, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I think it all depends on the family, but I remember my mom, like growing up, hated alcohol. She doesn't like it. She hated underage drinking. I mean, I didn't do it, but she hated underage drinking. But like once you turn 21, it was a little bit more of a leeway thing where it was like, okay, yeah, like, you know, you're of age now, you can drink. But she's awesome. She'll like go out. She'll always be his designated driver for us. Offer to pick us up. And then sometimes now, like if you get a good group of people together, and if you're on vacation, you know, she wants to enjoy time with her family. So we'll try to slip her some drinks. Like she doesn't really like to drink, but we'll slip her some drinks. Like that kind of fun thing. So drinking with your family on vacation, it's a good time.
My mom's always yelling at me on family vacation because I get a little too nuts. I'm like, Mom, I'm 22. She's like, right, you're done. I mean, but what do you mean I'm done? It's vacation. I'm 22. I'm legal age. Why are you cutting me off right now? You're killing the vibe, Mama Smith. But she gets mad at me. One time I got really mad and just went up in my room. But that's besides the fact. It's a little personal. That little hits home from the heart. But.
We've talked about a vacation we did a few years ago. So we went to Punta Cana with a bunch of our friends from high school, Ryan and I, and there was like 8 or 9 of us. And we went to an all-inclusive resort in Punta Cana. Being under the age of 21, I think we were like 18 or 19 years old. And it was just like, okay, where can we go on a vacation like with the boys and get smacked up? But like clearly can't be in the U.S.
As long as we could drink, we didn't care where the hell we were. We could be in the middle of Afghanistan, the Iraqi war. We could be in Africa with no food or water. But if we could drink under 21 there, we're booking it. Get the flight going.
That was the thing. And we said, we'll get out of the country. We'll have a good time. And like that was literally, you know, you woke up at 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the morning, you were drinking, and you did not stop drinking until you went to bed at like 2, 3 o'clock.
Sketchy at times. Their food was actually very bad. I mean, I think we put out like, we had a couple Punta Cana stories. And like some kids would hit us up and be like, hey, where at in Punta Cana, or like what resort? So it is a popular destination, especially for kids, like you said, who are under 21 and don't want to go drink in like Afghanistan or something like that.
So I told Afghanistan. I told this story to somebody the other day, and so do you remember? This is what was sketchy about it. So we were drinking or whatever.
Are you gonna talk about the beach?
No.
Okay. That's another sketchy moment.
So we had.
Maybe we would have been better off in Afghanistan.
So it's like an all-inclusive resort, and there's like your dinner, your lunch, like, you know, it's a buffet, and it just says, hey, like from 10 to 12 is your breakfast or your lunch or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so the first day, our buddy's like, hey, we made reservations at the buffet. I was like, you can't. I was like, what? So he had a special waiter that like he met at breakfast and said, hey, like for dinner, we're going to have special reservations. So this was so stupid. So we ended up getting our special reservations at the buffet, but we had our own special waiter, and we're like about to start or whatever. And he's like, hey guys, like, do you want, I got some good stuff. Like I got some good stuff.
Secret stuff.
Yeah. Secret stuff. And we're like, okay, like what do you got?
Secret stuff.
Like,
we're young kids.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
And he's like, oh, it's the good Mama Juana. It's the good Mama Juana. And we're like, okay, like none of us really knew what Mama Juana was. And it's just this type of, you know, like mixed shot. And so he goes underneath the hostess desk, pulls out a milk jug of Mama Juana.
His head's on a swivel too. He's like looking around to make sure he doesn't get fired for this.
Yeah, and we're like, dude, what are you giving us? Like, are we gonna die? Like, what's going on? But that's the sketchy stuff. But as I said, like on vacation, we were just ready to drink. We said, all right, give it to us.
We took the Mama Juana. We actually took multiple Mama Juanas. So we're still here today. So if you ever get offered Mama Juana, take it.
Take it.
You only live once.
From a sketchy man.
Life's always a party. Life's always a party.
Next one we got is also a favorite of mine.
Yeah, you like this one. It's on a boat. So a lot of people like to party or drink on the boat. I know you do it way more often than I do it. But the one couple times I've done it is I've gone like tubing on the back.
Yeah.
While drinking. That's always a blast. Except I get really nervous about flipping over the boat. Because like when I'm with my uncle, his objective is to flip me out and like try to get me and to wipe out as hard as possible.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you're an older person, like I was, we have a friend who lives on the bay in Toms River up in like North Jersey, Central Jersey area. And her dad owns, you know, some great boats. And I remember going on the back and like tubing. And I was like, yeah, like knock me off. He's like, are you sure? I was like, knock me off. Right. So at one point he's swerving and you have the tube at this point, the tube's up in the air, like, you know, off the water, literally just flying around. Eventually he does a hard thing. I go plummeting into the water. I get up and everyone's like, oh, like everyone on the boat was freaking out. My girlfriend's freaking out. They're like, oh man, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Come pick me up. Because the funny thing is when you fall off, you got to wait because they got to circle all the way around to come get you. That's when the sharks attacks you. And then that's when your life's in danger.
Yeah.
So like that part for me is very like anxiety because I'm going to die. If at that point I'm going to die and I'm going to be stranded in the middle of the ocean.
But wait, so no, you're going to be fine, buddy. You're going to be fine. There's no sharks in the bay.
I'm going to be okay.
But So when I got off that time in particular, and we were drinking all day and that kind of stuff. So yeah, your head's a little whatever. I get up, I'm on the boat. Everyone's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I think so. I think so." But my eyes were blurry. Find out like a half an hour later, I go in the bathroom. My contacts were knocked out of my eyes.
Oh my God.
Because he shook me so hard, and I hit the water so hard that literally my contacts came out. So
Jesus, I bet you didn't do that again.
I mean, not yet, but this summer.
I thought you were going to talk about one of our friends that went to our high school. He has a boat right outside the BB&T Bank, what is it, Pavilion?
Yeah, BB&T
Where they
Pavilion.
have concerts, and you tell me stories about how you guys hop on the boat, drink on the boat, and then the pavilion's right there with like Luke Bryan playing Thomas Rhett. You can hear the music, fireworks go off. It sounds like a good time. I never catch an invite, so I might have to. Life's a party. Might have to do a show on the boat sometime.
Not gonna lie though, our buddy Ryan, not this Ryan. His family owns a boat and it's on the Delaware River, and we're from South Jersey, so we're like Delaware River is New Jersey to Philadelphia, so it's really cool. And we're on the water there. You can see the Philadelphia skyline, and then there's an outdoor concert venue. It's called the BB&T Pavilion, and you got like the grass seats and all this stuff. Where it's really dope because the boat is so close to the concert, and we'll drink all day on the boat. We won't buy tickets to the concert, but we'll drink all day on the boat and we'll play like music. And then whenever the main act comes on later at night, we'll turn off our music, drink, and just listen to whoever's playing.
That's dope.
And it's pretty dope, especially in summer. Yeah, like the last one I did, I think, was Luke Bryan. And it's just, it's like cool, man. Like country concerts are my favorite. We were talking about tailgating country concerts and how fun they are last week on the show. And to be on a boat drinking all day, and then like you hear Luke Bryan playing live
for free,
amazing vibe. So, unfortunately, everyone's not lucky enough to have a boat.
Well, before we get to the next one, didn't his boat sink?
His boat sank like a few times.
A few times.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to get on that boat now, to be honest. All right, but definitely a vibe. Next one, we'll run through these last three pretty quick. Playing backyard games. It's like I had people over for my graduation. All we did was we drank and we played Can Jam. Cornhole's a great game, but I like Can Jam because when you drink with playing Can Jam, you don't have to go anywhere. You just throw your can in the Can Jam can.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I said that.
It's
not even that cool, to be honest.
No, it's not the great. Any backyard games are fun in the summer. Nice to have a beer in your hand, especially when you're playing like Can Jam or Cornhole, washers. I like playing Polish horseshoes or Beersby. I made my own Beersby set.
That gets me sweating, though. Oh, Beersby? Spike ball gets me sweating, too. I do like that as a backyard game.
But spike ball,
Dude, real quick.
Yeah.
So spike ball, I was on, I don't know, I might have been on TikTok or YouTube, and they showed like spike ball's episode on Shark Tank, and none of the sharks like took in, and apparently spike ball really plummeted because they made a bad deal, but I don't even know why I brought that up either.
Well, spike ball.
This is a great podcast.
Guy's crazy over here.
I'm good. I'm pretty good at this thing.
Spike ball is one of the only backyard games where like you can't. It's more of you can't hold like your alcohol or your beer while you're playing.
No.
But like Can Jam and stuff, you have your beer in your hand, so
right.
It's always a good time to drink. Whether it's a barbecue, a pool party, or a day in the middle of summer, or even on the beach. That's you bring Can Jam to the beach. You can play spike ball is a great game to play on the beach.
Yeah, you could dive. It doesn't hurt. Like when you're on the grass, you could dive on the beach and stuff. So definitely the backyard game than drinking. Can Jam's dope and cornhole because you can drink and have that can in your hand, that drink in your hand while you play. Good vibes.
Next one, this is definitely more for the fall, but we love drinking during bonfires. I mean, now that you're not a kid and you're not eating s'mores every time.
I eat s'mores. First thing when I show up to a bonfire is who's got the marshmallows. Then the second thing is who's got the Bud Lights.
I was just going to say
marshmallows first, Bud Lights second.
Well, for you, definitely, you're thinking about the marshmallows first.
Was that a fat joke?
No, I just know you're a big marshmallow guy. I know you're a marshmallow guy.
I'm a big marshmallow guy. I'm not so big a s'mores guy.
Okay.
Or I could do the s'more graham cracker without the chocolate. So I like that a little bit better. I remember one time when we were young, I think you might not remember this, but if I bring it up, you're going to be like, holy shit, I do remember that.
Okay.
We used to have bonfires while we were in high school in the woods. Do you remember that? There was like this secret bonfire pit in the back of the woods near my house. And we would literally walk through the woods, bring firewood, bring sketchy like Yinglings from our dad's like fridge and bring it into the woods. It was so sketchy. You have to run through some stranger's backyard into the woods and you would just camp out there and have a sketchy bonfire. And we got in trouble one time, which makes sense because if you don't want like teenagers in the woods with fire, you could have a forest fire and blow up.
I was just going to say that. I don't think doing...
Not a smart move there. Probably better off in Afghanistan drinking. So.
Oh my God. But yeah, bonfires definitely for the fall. Like, that's a great time. The weather's great. You're in a sweatshirt, have a few brews with your friends, gathered around the fire. You can't really ask for anything
One
better.
thing I will say about bonfires is I know we always talk about how our parents are always on our ass about like, what's blank and blank up to or how's their job doing. Bonfires are a good environment to sit down and drink and actually catch up and talk about shit.
I agree.
I feel like very deep conversations come from when you're having bonfires with your friends. And then it's like a place where it's like a comforting environment where you can actually let things out that you usually don't used to because you're just sitting down drinking, have a little low music, and then you're just talking about your lives and goals. And it's a good place to actually talk about shit.
Agreed. And last one, on the opposite spectrum of the bonfire, we have the casinos and the strip club.
There's not much to say about this. We'll save the stories for another time, little Johnny. But it's just, you go, the thing that we like to do is we go to the casinos, you drink in the room. It's like the equivalent of tailgating a sports game.
You pregame.
You pregame in the room. What we always tell here, I think we brought it up multiple times. I think we had an Atlantic City like segment before. We always get Ciroc. I don't know why, it's our thing. We get a big bottle of Ciroc, and we drink that in our room. We go down, we drink. The casinos are a great time, win or lose, but a lot of great stories. We've told them before. Maybe we'll tell them down the road. Save it for another time, little Johnny.
Casinos are different too because little Johnny. Casinos are different too because it's one of the only places where you can get free drinks.
Well, there's like a very like blurred line there.
I mean,
do
yes.
you really get free drinks? Like they say, you get a free drink if you sit down and play slots. But
No.
how many times have you sat down and actually gotten a free drink?
I was at the Borgata a couple weekends ago for my girlfriend's birthday, and I was playing roulette and on like the electronic roulette machines.
Yeah, I like.
And I was sitting there, whatever, with my buddy, and I saw a girl. I just never really like go out of my way because the girl usually who's giving out free drinks, she'll go over to the people playing slots. She'll go over to the grandmom or the grandpa who's gonna have one drink because they're
because once you get them, they're set.
Yeah, and you don't want to give them a
Grandpa's
bunch of,
got his beer. He's good for the day.
you don't want to give them a bunch of free alcohol. But like us, those girls aren't going to come to us and be like, "Hey, you want a free drink?" Because clearly we do, obviously. But you gotta grab them and kind of be like, "Hey, come over here." And we sat down for maybe like 20 minutes, and we both had 2 free drinks.
See, that's good.
So I'm like, that's perfect. And now, we only spent a little time at the roulette table, didn't lose too much money, and got some free drinks. So I mean, not a bad time.
I should get 50 beers at the rate I'm playing roulette and losing. Can't even get one around here.
So that was our segment of best places to
Little
drink.
Johnny wants to hear about the strip club.
Nah. Little Johnny. Breaking news. This is an important PSA brought to you by Manscaped.com. This is your pubic service announcement and the news you've all been waiting for. The Manscaped engineering team has confirmed that they have successfully created the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, which is now available for purchase in the USA and Canada. This new trimmer was just released only moments ago, and we are one of the first to get our hands on it and share the news with you. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer just for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code LIFE'SAPARTY at manscaped.com.
Get 20% off and free shipping with the code LIFE'SAPARTY at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code LIFE'SAPARTY, Paul. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
There you go. We were talking before that we haven't done trivia in a while.
We haven't.
So,
people want it. They want to see how dumb I look to these questions. They love that. They love roasting me and Paul about these questions.
So I'm like, it'll be a fun time. Let's bring back trivia. So we said, let's do it. So this is going to be like our battle of the worlds. This is kind of the way where I quiz Ryan on like entertainment and some movie facts, and Ryan quizzes me on some sports knowledge, and we see who's the better at like knowing the other's world.
All right. Well, let's get into it. I have nothing to say. I've been mentally preparing for this moment. I'm going to ask you the first question, and we're going to alternate.
Okay.
So Paul's got to answer the sports questions. I got to answer the movie pop culture questions. Let's get it on. What's that from? Let's get it on.
Let's get it on.
That's Marvin Gaye. Let's get it on. I feel like that's like a fight night. Okay, here we go. Paul's first question in sports. Who is the NBA logo modeled after?
I'm pretty sure it's Jerry West, but I feel like Jerry West actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, sounds wrong. But like West is... But
Kanye West. Kanye West is the logo of the NBA. West, there you go. Heard it here first.
I think, and the only reason if I do get this right, which I'm not still positive, but if I do get it right, it's because I remember them talking about it when Kobe Bryant died, that a lot of people were pushing for him to be the new logo.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but Jerry West sounds right. So final answer.
So Paul is correct. It is Jerry West. He actually became the NBA logo while he was still playing.
That's cool. That's
awesome. Pretty cool. So he's a Hall of Famer. He made the All-Star team every year of his 14 years of his career.
Oh, wow.
But if you ask him, he hates being the logo. He never wanted to be the logo. He hates that he's in the spotlight. Like, he actually wants someone else to take it over. And they were asking him that, you think Kobe should do it? He's like, yeah, I think someone other than me. So he doesn't want to be in the he doesn't want to be in the foreground. He wants to be kind of like taken away from that logo.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive.
How old is he?
Well, he's probably like 80 something.
So when did he play? Like, was he was
probably
before
in like the 80s? I don't know. I'm not good at math.
He was before like Larry Bird and all those guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he doesn't want to be the logo, and he's very open about not being the logo. So he's always trying to help. Like, if someone asks, "Do you think this should be the logo?" He's like, "Yeah, because I don't want to be it anymore." All right, what's my first question?
Your first question. Paul. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, I decided to do a Snow White question.
Oh my gosh!
So Snow White has been in the news recently.
She's in the news.
Yeah,
was she snorting that white? Was she
No.
snorting that Snow White?
No. Oh no. People are coming and they're trying to cancel Snow White, the movie. Do you know why?
Because she does crack cocaine.
No, she doesn't. They're basically saying that Prince Charming kissed Snow White while she was asleep, so it was without consent.
Oh, I heard that.
Did you hear this?
That's so dumb.
So I was like, what's a trivia question I can take from Snow White because it's currently relevant?
Was it rape or was it not? True or false?
And
50-50 shot.
Crazy. But last Halloween, Ryan went as the Seven Dwarfs.
I did.
With a bunch of people. So my question for you.
Don't ask me what all of them are. Is that the question?
Is in the classic Disney film Snow White, we have 7 lovable dwarfs.
Oh, come on.
Name them.
We're only doing 7 questions here. You just gave me it's like that math question when the teacher says you got questions 1, 2, and 3 for homework, but under number 1 is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's what this is. The 7 dwarfs I have to name. That's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All right, here we go. I can do this.
Okay, what do we got?
I was just for Halloween, like you said. I was happy. Okay. That's one. I have a friend, Mike. He was grumpy. Grumpy's always being grumpy. You know that.
Grumpy?
Dopey. Sleepy. Sneezy. Bashful. Why you don't nod your head like I got this?
There we go. What do we got?
Wait. Happy, bashful, dopey. See, this is what happens. Like once I go through them once,
yeah,
I'm in a rhythm. But if I have to restart, like we got a bunch of Disney fans now. They're probably roasting me right now. No, but the problem is like once I restart, I'm like in a rhythm. I can't get that rhythm back. So it's happy, dopey, bashful. Sneezy.
You got it.
Wait, let me try again. One more time.
Okay.
Happy. Dopey. Grumpy. Bashful. Sneezy. What's the other 2? I really don't know. Sneezy. One more. All right, here
10 seconds.
All
10
right.
seconds.
Happy.
Yeah.
Dopey. Grumpy.
Yeah.
Bashful. Sneezy.
Yep.
Doc.
Yeah.
But then I gotta get back which one I already said.
I don't know. One more.
I don't know. Doc and Sleepy?
There you go.
I had it. I just didn't have it all together.
Okay. There we go. We got one.
Take it. All right, second question for Paul. Sports, back to sports. Here we go. Which baseball player holds the record for most home runs in a single season? Come on, Paul.
What? Home runs in a single season?
Yes. People say
Is this
this
the
guy
obvious
is
answer?
Yes.
Like-
People will say who's the best baseball player or best one. Who's the one of the best hitters to ever live? People say this guy.
But there's an asterisk.
There is an asterisk.
So, Mr. Barry Bonds.
There you go, Paul. 2 for 2 on the sports.
Okay.
Big Barry Bonds hit 73 in 2001. Yeah, hit
But
73 home runs in 2001.
But here's the thing. Wasn't he on steroids?
Yes, he was on steroids, so there's an asterisk next to it. Though that's a whole nother topic we could talk about in steroids and sports. But I feel like you still have to be able to hit the ball. I mean, obviously it carries a little distance, but there you go, Paul. 2 for 2. What was my second one?
Wait, there's actually a really funny comedian bit where he talks about baseball. I actually tweeted this out a couple days ago. Did you see this tweet I had about baseball?
Yeah, I was actually very mad at you.
So I had
baseball's boring. It's time to spice it up. Get out of here,
So
dude.
I tweeted out, I said, I was watching the Phillies game, and I was like, dude, I played baseball growing up. I played until I was like 12 years old. I went to Cooperstown. I wasn't the best baseball player. I can admit that. I know that. But I'm watching this game, and I'm like, bro, this is so long. Like, nothing happens. It is such a drag. So I'm like,
That's
okay.
your opinion, though.
Yeah, I agree. So I tweeted, I said, yo, we need to spice this game up a little bit. You know, they're changing the playoffs, or they're changing the extra inning rule possibly.
It's like robots on teams and stuff?
What?
You want robots on teams?
I said, hey, put down the pitch count. Maybe like have 4 or 5 pitches max, no matter what. Then the guy's got to get out or he goes on base or whatever. Every inning we start a man off first. Great idea. And then
why is that a great idea?
And then I think I had like one more thing, but I was like, we got to spice this game up a little bit. Where there was a comedian.
Yeah, Paul's probably like, you play with 3 balls at once. That's the game now.
There you go.
It's a horrible idea.
And then there was a comedian bit that he said that honestly steroids make the game more fun. So I think players should be able to have steroids so we can get, more home runs and like just have more fun, like people hitting a lot more.
That's like the video game The Bigs. I don't know if you ever heard of this, but
Yeah.
they're like jack dudes. They look like they're all on the steroids and playing games. But there you go, Paul. 2 for 2. You're up. Give me it. Hit me with your best shot.
Next question for me.
No, for me.
Oh yeah, for you. So my favorite film, Back to the Future.
Oh my!
Have you ever
seen this?
You've never seen it.
I don't
You still
think so.
might get this answer right.
Okay.
So
Time travel. I'm right.
No,
I thought that was the answer.
that's not the
Tried
question.
jumping the gun.
What in the 1985 film Back to the Future? What is the vehicle used for Mark and Doc to time travel?
That is
Mark. What am I saying? Marty. I'm like drunk. I'm like looking at the camera, and I'm like all over the place.
Oh, my favorite movie. Go Mark and Marty.
So, in Back to the Future, what is the time machine that Marty and Doc use to go back in time? What is the vehicle they use?
I'm gonna need a hint because I have no idea. Give me something what it starts with. I think I might get it.
So it's a car, right?
Okay.
So that's the vehicle, a car.
Yes.
It's an old car. They don't make it anymore.
Oh, so it's an actual car.
Yeah.
So you can time travel.
I wish we could.
So I mean that doesn't give me much. I knew it was a car.
It starts with the letter D.
It is a Dodge Ram.
Dodge.
Marty and Mark go on the Dodge Ram and they time travel. That's what that is.
Doc and Marty use the
Durango.
No.
Domino's delivery
Oh
truck.
my god.
Oh, they might use the Domino's delivery
They
truck.
do not. It is the DeLorean.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of a DeLorean?
I've heard of the Mandalorian.
Yeah, we got the
Speaking
Mandalorian.
Paul got a new pickup.
Yeah, we got the Mandalorian on the show here. If you watch it on YouTube, Pop Funko. I told Ryan this before we got on the show. A little snag. I went to a comic book shop in Manioc this past weekend.
He stole it, actually.
No, I did not. And I walked in and I saw this Pop Funko like at the bottom shelf, and it was such cool. I mean, it was such a cool pop. And I don't have a Mandalorian one. I have a Baby Yoda one. And I went up to the guy. I was like, "Yo." I was like, this is a snag. Like, this is really cool.
This is a snag,
This
bro.
is like what the collectors want to see when they're, going around. And he goes, I put that on the shelf this morning. It's the only one I have. So I was
Damn.
like, that's what I'm talking
That's
about.
clutch. That's a snag, bro.
Next one. What do you got?
Here we go. Which is the only American football team to go a whole season undefeated, including the Super Bowl?
Including the Super Bowl?
Yes.
So, see, Ryan, okay, I'll give your Giants.
You probably knew why I put this on as one of my questions.
So, Ryan loves the New York Giants, and, his team they stopped.
We're the Brady killers. That's what we are. Tom Brady cannot beat the New York Giants.
They stopped the New England Patriots from that perfect season, which would have been, well, they still technically won the most games in the season, right?
But here's the thing. I saw Brady was asked an interview question. He was like, would you give up 2 or 3 Super Bowls to have an undefeated season to Super Bowl? He said, hell yeah.
Really?
He's like, I would trade in all of them for that one undefeated Super Bowl championship as a whole undefeated season as well.
Because that would have been that's like
the mecca.
unheard of. That'll go on the top of his legendary resume.
All right, but what's the answer to the question?
The answer to the question is the Miami Dolphins.
Yep, 1972 Miami Dolphins. Look at Paul. You're about to work on Sports Center, bro. Screw Disney World.
It's weird, man. I got some weird sports knowledge. I feel like this isn't too obscure. But, I know my sports.
Nice. All right. Give me my next one. I'm going to fail on it miserably.
Okay. Hopefully. You're a big, what's your favorite superhero?
Spider-Man.
Okay. So, there have been 3 live-action Spider-Man.
You keep giving me multiple answers I got to give.
Name the actors.
Okay.
How many are there live-action Spider-Man?
Wait, what?
How many live-action Spider-Man have
3?
there been? Yes. And name all 3 actors.
Tom Holland.
Okay.
Oh, I hate this being put under pressure.
This is the game, man. This is the game we're playing.
I almost said Peter Parker.
No, that's Spider-Man.
Gosh, I know these answers. Can I get the letter that what their first names start with?
What? Who was the first Spider-Man?
What's his name start with?
T.
Tom.
No.
Tim.
No.
What's his first name?
You're gonna get it.
Wait. It's
I could tell you, but then you're no longer getting points.
Come on, tell me.
Toby.
Tobey Maguire.
Okay, and the second one.
What's his name start with?
I'll give you a hint. Social Network.
I know who it is. He's got the black hair. I just don't know his name.
A. Our friend.
Our friend.
I'm helping you out.
Isn't his name like Gravikas or
No.
something?
What? A. Starts with A.
A.
Who's our friend?
Our friend Spider-Man.
No, our friend that's our friend's name that starts with an A.
Neighborhood friend Spider-Man.
No, our friend's name that starts with an A.
Oh, Andrew Garfield.
There you go.
I just the cameras and the lights get to me. They really do.
Sorry, for all the people
But
listening.
no, see, I don't want to learn about them. I want to learn about Spider-Man.
Okay.
I'm in depth into the movie. There's no Andrew Garfield. There's no Tobey Maguire. There's no Tom Holland. It's Spider-Man.
All right.
Spidey.
Yeah. Okay. Excuses are like assholes. Everyone's got one, and they all stink.
Hey, if this place was an airport,
This place.
if this place was an airport, we could fly or some shit.
What was that?
I don't know what it was.
Wait, that was from one of our old shows, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was
we had an old show where we asked people to write in a slogan, and we had them work it into our show.
I got it. If assholes could fly, this place would be an airport.
Someone wrote that into our show, and we had to work it into an episode. So if assholes could fly, this place would be an airport. Nice. All right, next one. I think we got a couple left. Who holds the NHL record for the most recorded career points?
Okay, career points.
NHL, most career points.
I mean, I would assume it's Wayne Gretzky.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, but the cool thing about this is that Wayne Gretzky had 2,857 points.
Oh.
But if you were to take away all his goals that he scored, which was 894 goals he scored, you take those away from his points, he still leads the NHL career points with 1,963 assists.
Wayne Gretzky was one of those athletes that we talk about where it sucks that, they'll go down in history, and it sucks that we weren't able to see them in their prime.
And he's arguably probably one of the most dominant athletes of all time. Like, think about that. You are still the lead of the NHL career points if you take away 800 plus goals. just based off your assists. So I know that's like when I watch like Sports Center or like PTI, every time that fact comes up, it's one of the most powerful facts about sports like ever. So that's pretty cool. So what's my next one?
Next one. So this is a golf movie.
Is it Caddyshack?
No.
I've never seen Caddyshack.
In the movie,
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, there you go.
I win. That's it.
That's not the answer.
Yes, Adam Sandler.
In the movie Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore and Morky and Morty.
It's
in the dominoes truck.
It's the lights. It's the lights, as Ryan said. They're getting to me. The lights.
They do get to you.
In the movie Happy Gilmore, who is Happy's main competitor he plays, and what is the color of the championship jacket?
That's Shooter McGavin.
Okay.
Shooter. You're really excited about that. Didn't they just do the little bit again on social media? It was like during quarantine. They did a little Shooter McGagan. Or McGagan.
The lights. It's the lights. It's the lights.
Shooter McGagan. Because Adam Sandler took he did like a little bit about him driving off at a golf course.
We talked about it on the show a few weeks ago. It was, the 25th anniversary.
And then the color of the jacket that they won, yellow? Was it in a Boston Bruins jacket? Or that's what he wore?
He wore oh my God. It's the lights.
We're not hammered, right?
No, we're
maybe there's something in this root beer. Maybe. And your mother's root beer.
The Boston Bruins. He wore that jersey throughout the course of the film.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know.
What was your final answer?
Yellow.
A gold jacket.
Got it right.
Okay, we'll give it to him. That was good.
Nice. Hey, what's that? Member's kiss. That's what I call that. When you tee it up and you hit it and you slice it, hit the tree, goes right on the fairway. That's what that was right there. Shoot it. Shoot a suit.
How many more we got? One or two? One or two?
Two more.
Okay. What do I got?
Oh, wait. Didn't I just... Oh, you just asked me that.
Yeah. Come on, man.
All right, here we go. This would be our last one. We'll do one more each.
Okay, sounds great.
So in horse racing, the Triple Crown is awarded to a horse which wins what 3 races? And this is a Paul question because he's got to answer 3 things.
This is good. I actually just thought about this the other day, and I couldn't...
Well, it's big in the world right now.
I couldn't do it. You have the Kentucky Derby.
Just happened.
Which just happened. You have the Preakness.
That's coming up this weekend. One more.
Yeah, and I literally thought about this the other day, and I couldn't. I was like, I don't know what that last one is. Don't tell me yet. Hold on. I gotta think. Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and
it's a college.
A college.
I think it is.
What's the letter? I gave you letters.
B.
D.
B.
Oh, B. The Boston,
No, it's a college. It's like the name of the college. Maybe it's not. No, it is.
I got no clue.
Like the Liberty. Oh, it's after Liberty.
I'm
really bad at giving
Liberty
hints.
B. Liberty.
Belmont.
The Belmont Stakes. I would have not got that. No.
So the Kentucky Derby just went off. I had the horse that came in second place, so I cashed out pretty well.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm excited about the Preakness. But the guy who won the Derby, it's big time news in ESPN or just in the sports world, had got disqualified for steroids. Like we were talking about steroids earlier, and apparently they rubbed like an oil ointment on him, and they actually banned the horse owner from the Kentucky Derby because he's had so many offenses where he got disqualified with horses.
Yeah, I saw something on ESPN. It was like weren't they trying to disqualify the horse because he had a very small amount of steroids? And
it was like they rubbed like an ointment on him, and it was like supposedly a steroid. But they're letting him race this weekend because the second dose of the testing won't be in on time. Apparently, I don't know. It's a bunch of headache, but
it's a bunch of headache.
It's a bunch of headache, bunch of steroids. The lights.
Turn
off the lights.
Last one for me or for you that from me. It's how we play the game.
This is a rough draft.
This is a Pixar question.
Oh.
Have you ever seen the movie Inside Out? You said you like Inside Out, right?
No, I like Home. I get Home confused with Inside Out.
All right, so you've never seen Inside Out?
I know. I've seen clips.
Okay.
Maybe the trailer.
Maybe I'll do. I'm gonna do another one. I'll try to give Ryan. We're trying to end on a high note here. Okay. Can you name all 6 main characters from the TV show Friends?
Dude, why you gotta put me on blast? My girlfriend's gonna break up with me if I don't get this right. I'm not going to.
Come on, this is an easy one, dude.
Phoebe,
Yeah.
Joey,
Yeah.
Rachel,
Okay.
Ross,
Yeah.
Monica.
And one more.
What's the guy's name? Monica and
Yeah.
what is it?
They date.
Ross.
No, that's Monica's
Ross and
brother. Ross and Rachel.
This guy's my favorite. I don't know.
He's not your favorite if you don't know his name.
He is my favorite. Joey, Ross. What's it start with?
C. It's
Not
not
Charlie.
It's not a common
Chris. Oh, I'm there. Chandler.
name. There you go.
That took me a little bit.
Chandler Bing.
Chandler. Not a common name.
Miss Chandler Bong.
His last name is Bing?
Yeah, Bing.
Bing Bong?
Bing.
Bing Bong, Bing Bong, Bing. What?
Wait, so
Did I just do something?
no way. No way. So the question I was going to ask Ryan was, what is the name of Riley's imaginary friend?
Bing Bong. 2 fish, 1 hook right there,
Two
baby.
fish, 1 hook. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm getting questions right without even Paul asking me.
That's
how good I am at movie and trivia.
Okay, last one we got here. This is a fun segment, and this was cool because we asked you guys. So if you follow us on Instagram, at Life's a Party Pod, we put up a poll.
Dude, didn't you see where it says Ryan is introducing this segment?
Oh, I didn't even see.
No, you got it.
I was going to do some of it.
It's okay. The lights are getting to me anyway. I don't even know if I can formulate a sentence.
But we put a poll up on Instagram, and people, wrote in.
About what?
Well, you go now. You go.
All right, so we did a poll to ask you guys, what are the worst dates or first dates or one-night stands for the kids show? And you guys wrote in, and we were going to talk about these bad experiences. So you guys are very brave. Whoever wrote in, we're going to keep them anonymous. So don't worry, your persona, or not your persona, but your
stories and your experiences, they'll be left under the radar.
Right, so what's the first one, Paul?
The first one we got. So someone wrote in.
These are good.
So this was one of the worst experiences on a date. He tipped $5 on a $60 bill.
All right, I'm not good at math, so what's just 5? So
the normal tip, if you did 20%, should be $12.
Okay, so he did very below that. We need some more details on what kind of service they received. Regardless, though, I'm a big tipper, and I see how that can be a turnoff for sure. Like, I tip very generously. I even just started tipping my gas attendants. So in Jersey, we don't pump our own gas. So I start tipping them. I tip very generously. So I can see how it could be a turn off.
I know somebody talked about that, about like tipping gas station attendants. And I thought that was interesting because I've never thought about that before.
I always tip the ice cream girls a lot.
Yeah, Ryan's a big ice cream person. So he's like, I'll be back next week. Here's $5.
Well, if they see me put the $5 in, they might add a little more ice cream in my gelati.
When you come back.
It's all pre-planned here.
He's got a mental state of realization.
Or if I go to Dunkin', I'll tip them, make sure they get the good whipped cream, and they put the whipped cream on.
Okay,
so that's the thing. All right, so that's a good one. You actually know we both know the person.
Well, we both know this person, and I said that I've gone out like with that person before to a restaurant, and they are a very big tipper, and they have talked about how tipping is like one of their biggest turnoffs, and that going on a first date and going out to dinner or lunch with someone and having them tip, like
it can show a lot.
It shows a lot to her.
That they care about the other people and they're willing to help others.
Yeah,
it could show a lot about a personality on how much they tip somebody else
exactly.
and how they want to help somebody and care about someone else who they don't know.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. How's it going? So someone DM'd us that they had a girl from Tinder pick them up, take him to Applebee's, and she paid for dinner. Then they went back to her place, banged, and she called him an Uber. So, in the short term, he got manhandled by this chick. She's like, "You're coming with me. I'm gonna feed you. I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna take you home, tie you to the bed, and we're gonna get after it. And I'm gonna call you a cab, and you're gonna get out."
That's
a woman that knows what she needs. Gets him in, gets him out. Goodbye.
That is like one of the biggest role reversals I've ever seen. The standard story you would see from like a movie or a TV show, is the opposite.
He capitalized a couple words in here. He was like, she paid for my dinner, which is fine. But what he seemed very upset about was that she called him an Uber after they banged, as he said, banged. So maybe he wanted to cuddle a little bit after, hang around, but no, that girl's all business. She's like, I need what I need, and I'm going to get you to that point. I'm going to get you out in a quick second.
I think that's interesting. I know, like people, before we had Uber and Lyft and that kind of stuff, people were like, oh, do you want me to call you a cab? Call you a taxi? Cabs are here. And I think that would be like a normal thing, but I think it's so weird. Like, have you ever paid for someone's Uber? Like, took it, but you paid for it?
Yeah. Like, some of my buddies have been smacked up too hard where they physically can't go on their phone and order the Uber.
Okay, that's
And then
nice.
I'll order for them through my Uber. If I have, like, an Uber gift card, I'll hook up the group. And, I'm a good guy,
Yeah, that's nice. Next one we got here, they said this was our second date. We smacked or
we fucked. That's what they said.
Okay, kids show. I was trying to use a different word.
We gotta say this is what they said.
Okay.
We gotta read. This is in quotes. It was not
Okay.
Ryan and Paul.
Okay, quotes. This was our second date. We fucked at the movies. No one was in the room, and then a worker caught us, but didn't kick us out. So first of all, having sex in a movie theater, I mean, that's pretty cool.
Have you done that?
No, I haven't. I've heard stories of people doing it. I had a buddy who worked at a movie theater. I think we actually talked about this story on the show, but he walked in and saw some guy jerking off in the theater. It's crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, if the theater's empty, it's a risky place. Maybe you're trying to spice up your love life a little bit. But to the attendant of the theater, that's a cool guy.
Well, yeah. I mean, if I were him, I'd want to get in and get out of there as soon as possible as well. I'm not going to hang around while that's going on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go in and break it up like a fight. But what kind of movie was it? It must have been a shitty movie if you guys were the only ones in there.
Well, I think maybe it's just like a weird time of day. Or maybe it's a movie that came out weeks ago.
I'll tell you what, something that's not on my bucket list, to be honest.
No?
It's not something you want to do. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have sex in the movie. That's not on my bucket list. I'm not interested at all.
I feel like it just would be it would be like intense because you have the ability to get caught in the theater. So it would make it a little spicy.
That's like what we talked about. Like, I don't want to make my kid in the movie theater. Like, I don't.
Oh, you
little Johnny, you were made in Cinemark aisle 3 with a little bit of popcorn. I don't want to break that news to him. All right, so the next one that someone wrote into us was that this is what they said. I met this girl on Instagram. Looks good. We hung out, and it turns out she had no front teeth. And he puts a little disclaimer, I was 18. So thank you to let us know that you were of age to date a girl with no teeth. I don't know what you did. I mean, maybe she was very skilled at something.
Oh, kid show, Ryan. You see kid show.
Well, he said no teeth. I don't know. That's why we don't got a lot of information to work with here. But
maybe, maybe this is a good thing. As Ryan said, the no teeth thing. I mean, maybe, I think it's all about how you look at the situation.
You could save money on, like, the dental.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about going to the dentist and getting cavities because they don't have any teeth.
When you're given lemons, you make some lemonade. I think there was a situation that was super, right in your face, and you went the opposite way.
So we obviously met her on Instagram, so obviously she's a no teeth smiler. Like, we know those. Like, that's like, there's like a trend.
We know those. No sound.
No teeth. This is a podcast, I gotta remember. But there's like a TikTok thing where it's like these people are like exposing themselves with the mask. So then they like look attractive with the mask on, and then they take it away and they're like, oh, just kidding, I'm ugly. I don't know if that applies to this, but
maybe.
But she had no teeth, so might have to follow up with that kid and be like, oh, what happened?
Hey, yeah, what's the deal here? We got 2 more left here. They wrote in, broke the person's desk during action.
I mean, this is like a big open-ended response. So are you a teacher? Was she a teacher?
Okay, I didn't think about that.
Was this like during class? Okay.
Was this, I didn't think about that.
So it's like, it leaves a lot of open-ended for us to talk, like what could have went down. He broke a desk. I don't know. Was she like a principal?
So, yeah. So
a principal?
We could think of the principal. I think you could look at it as if this was a story from college, right? So you're in the dorm room. Obviously, every dorm has a desk. And you just want to spice it up a little bit. You're doing some stuff. The twin, you can only do so much on the twin bed.
Yeah, you gotta move around somewhere else.
So they went to the
like
desk.
A movie theater.
Movie theater? But went around to the desk, broke the desk.
I mean, you gotta be going pretty hard to break a desk.
How heavy are you guys? Did you plop her
All
down?
Subliminally trying to ask if I mean, I would easily break a desk.
Yeah, maybe he
I would easily break a desk.
I'm not saying the girl was. I'm saying it could be him too. Maybe he was, going too hard. He dropped on it. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe he got up onto the bed, jumped on the bed, body slammed her like the rough sex. Maybe they played like a WWE role play. You never know. People do weird shit, so you never know.
And last one.
This one's off the rails. This one is just completely off the rails. So we get a DM, or he answers the poll. He says, "Oh boy, check the DMs for this one. It's a wild ride." So I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, I don't know what to expect for this DM, but something's gonna come in hot, and I have to be prepared for that.
The story was long enough that it wouldn't fit in the little box on Instagram.
So I'm going to read the story to you, what he told us. So he said, a couple years ago, I went to Boston with the boys for Halloween weekend. I'm going to read it as if how I picture him typing this. So a couple years ago, I went to Boston with the boys for the Halloween weekend. Met this chick who was dressed as a sexy jigsaw. I don't know how that plays a role in the story, but the girl was dressed as a sexy jigsaw. They were drinking, dancing, and then she whispered in his ear, "Let's go somewhere quiet." So he said, me, the Neanderthal, thinking, we'll just hook up in the corner of the bar, but nope, we go outside, go around the block, go in an alleyway, and get after it. We do the deed in the alleyway. That's what he said.
The deed. This is like.
Then he finished off by saying, This was night one of a wild fucking weekend in Boston with the boys.
With the boys,
With
baby.
the boys.
But we,
Sexy jigsaw.
Sexy jigsaw. I've never even seen. Have you ever seen Saw?
No, but if I go down a black alleyway, I gotta look out for sexy jigsaw instead of like a armed robber.
Yeah.
That's gotta be one. I'm not saying that okay. I was saying I don't want to get attacked by the sexy jigsaw.
Okay.
Not that I want to meet her there.
Well, out of all the stories that were kind of bad, we finished on a high note. This is a win for the boys.
The girl without the teeth. I mean, that might be a high.
This was a win for the boys. He just wanted to share a good weekend he had. I mean, honestly, college and weekend with the boys, anything can go down. But yeah, I mean, if you want to do it in an alleyway, do it in an alleyway.
We might have to run this back. I mean, this was definitely fun. We got more Instagram followers now, so we can start doing more stuff like this, and it'll be really dope.
Yeah, I think it's cool that we can, even if we do a block where you guys ask us questions or something, and we say, hey, what was your craziest drinking story? And we'll definitely do that again. Or,
did you ever have sex with sexy jigsaw in an alleyway?
We'll ask you questions like that for sure.
What if you had sex with a sexy jigsaw in the movie theater?
Maybe that would have been a great place to do it.
And she had no teeth. And you broke a chair. Full circle.
Full circle.
What did I say before we started the show? Let's go full circle. They say Disney World's the happiest place on earth to be. I think it's this podcast. Listen to this podcast. We didn't tell them to subscribe, so subscribe, give us love. Am I taking their glory?
I took your thing earlier, so you can
subscribe, give us a like. We like to see a lot of likes. Don't give us any dislikes, but truly subscribing to our page, giving us likes on Instagram, giving us likes on YouTube, and Paul's big on the 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Music. That helps us a lot. We can do more fun stuff. I mean, the sky is the limit on what we can do. This is just the ground zero.
Yeah, everything Ryan was saying, everything that you do helps our channel out a lot. Just getting to the end of this podcast helps us out a lot, and we appreciate you guys. Follow us over on Instagram, TikTok, at Life's a Party Pod. We got a lot of things coming your way very soon, so stay with us. As always,
music, take us out.
Peace, baby.
Sexy.